welcome back to Gracie May's Tarot. So today we're going to be finding out when will your next glow up be and what will it entail, okay? How are you transforming? How are you changing for the better? So we have 3 groups to choose from today. So for pile 1, we have this lipstick in, let's see, Courage is the shade. I just thought these would be really cute. Obviously, this isn't sponsored by Rare Beauty. For pile 2, we have Heroic. And for pile 3, we have Transform. So you can pick according to color, according to the name of the lipstick, whatever draws your attention in. Take a moment, pause the video if you need to, and meditate on the groups. Timestamps are listed below in the description box, just like always. And you may hear a little bit of background noise. My cat is like chowing down on her lunch right now, so apologize if you hear some like weird noise in the background. She'll be done soon. Okay, I'll see you guys in your reading. All right, all my pile 1s who chose the shade Courage, welcome to your reading. So we're actually going to look at this card at the end. That'll be our like takeaway message, but let's go ahead. I'm going to be shuffling on camera today, so let's go ahead and start with your tarot here. So pile 1, how are they glowing up? At the towards the end of the reading, we'll use my months of the year tea leaf cards, and we'll find out like when your glow up is happening. So we'll do that at the end, but for right now, let's pull your tarot and see how pile 1 is glowing up. How is pile 1 glowing up, please, Spirit? So your higher self can come through, or your spirit guides. Both are welcome. And a big thank you to my guides and your guides for coordinating these messages. I'm using the Weird Cat Tarot. You can get this deck on Etsy, but I just want to show you like how pretty is that? This is one of my favorite decks. So pile 1, how are you glowing up? Pile 1. Pile 1's next glow up, please, Spirit. Pile 1's next glow up, please, Spirit. Pile 1. How are they glowing up? How is pile 1 glowing up, please, Spirit? How is pile 1 glowing up? This is so cute. This is really adorable how this is laying out. Let's clarify this King of Wands, please. Let's clarify. One more card, please, Spirit, to clarify the King of Wands. 10 of Swords. Okay. Bottom of the deck here, we have 9 of Pentacles. So if you were hoping about a message about your finances improving, something about your material wealth, your stability, definitely that's looking good with the 9 of Pentacles. So you can expect, with the 9 of Pentacles, I always think of like a lush garden, like the fruits of your labor have come in, your hard work has paid off. You're sitting in your own garden that you've created, feeling very smug about like all your strawberries that you planted, the seeds have grown. You can enjoy the abundance of all these strawberries, sort of that feeling. So if you're hoping that your financial situation will improve as part of like your next glow up, I think you can be very satisfied that like whatever you've been hard at work on or whatever you'll be working on in the future will be paying off for you in some way. So that can be something that you're manifesting or something that you're like physically putting effort into. Okay. Now, so you've got the Page of Wands, you've got the 3 of Wands, the King of Wands. So much fire energy, right? So much passion, creativity, movement, action. And then we clarified the King of Wands with the Devil and the 10 of Swords. So I'll say this, like right off the bat, you are transforming from this page to this King of Wands, and you're doing this, and it doesn't matter, like, when we look at the King of Wands, we're not talking about gender, we're talking about energy here, but this King of Wands is clarified by the Devil and the Ten of Swords. This tells me whatever like unhealthy behavioral patterns or like limiting beliefs that you had that were keeping you chained to something, whether it was like a full-blown addiction to something or some sort of like unhealthy coping skill, some self-doubt, some fear, whatever it was, because it's a general reading so it's going to vary, but whatever was holding you back, you know, the devil on your shoulder, so to speak, whatever you were chained to has been released, okay? With the Ten of Swords here, maybe if for some of you, like you were really workaholics, you know, like you didn't know how to ask for help, you were overwhelmed, overburdened with the stress of like taking on everyone else's problems, or maybe you were just taking on too much in your own life. Whatever the case may be, like this being released, this being dealt with, this being healed has allowed you to transform, because whatever was holding you back has been released, okay? And even with this Ten of Swords, it's like, even if I'm truly busy, even if I have a million things that are calling to me that I need to deal with, you know, things that are demanding my attention. You know, maybe some of you are busy working, busy going to school, busy taking care of your family. Like the idea of self-care is like, well, when do I have the time? That kind of energy. Kind of like being able to maintain a sense of inner peace, even when externally things around you are chaotic and stressful and demanding. You know, like even in the midst of all this, like I'm still gonna grow. You know, I'm still gonna find peace. I'm still gonna rely on my inner strength. I'm gonna develop a sense of resilience. And I think that is what helps this transition, because you're moving from the page to the king. So that's a huge glow up, right? Like you bypass the knight, the queen, all the way to king energy. Like that's amazing. So with this King of Wands here, you're moving into this energy of someone who is really self-assured, someone who doesn't overthink, because with the Ten of Swords, maybe there was a lot of overthinking, you know, a lot of people around you making you question yourself, people around you really making you doubt yourself, listening to too many opinions from other people. So that's all been released, because I think for some of you, a lot of this was mental. It maybe wasn't even necessarily physical. It was just mentally feeling overwhelmed, mentally feeling like you can't trust anyone, you've been stabbed in the back, like you're all on your own, but then also questioning yourself, not trusting yourself, and just feeling like I can't take anymore, you know? And so I feel like that has been released. And so it's like now I don't have to overthink. Now I take like confident action towards my dreams. Now I have moved into this Three of Wands. I'm no longer thinking, I'm doing, because the King of Wands is all about action, right? Like he takes inspired action, because fire is creativity. So you're moving with inspiration now. You're starting a new chapter of your life. You're moving into it with confidence. You know, you walk into a room, your shoulders are back. You're standing tall. You know, that kind of energy of like a lot of self-assurance, a lot of confidence, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius energy, you know, not questioning yourself anymore. And it could be too, like, because we had the Nine of Pentacles as your bottom of the deck energy, maybe for some of you this was about your career and you were not feeling confident, not feeling good about where you were at, and maybe that was, I need to do a complete career change. Others of you were just not being appreciated at your current workplace. Maybe you didn't feel like your potential was being realized. You felt like you were meant for more. You're like, I am worth more than what they are paying me. My like full creativity and mental capacity is not being used to its fullest. You know, like I need to be somewhere where I'm in a leadership position, where I can utilize my creativity. So for some of you, like this is like you going out and starting your own business. Like for some of you, this is you changing jobs and finding a place that really utilizes you. Like you don't feel like you're being, how do you put it? Like, you don't feel like your potential is being wasted, you know? So this is like you fully stepping into your own energy. You really being like, I can take care of myself. I can go where I want to go. I can do what I want to do. For some of you, like you've been wanting to physically move, and you're making that move, whether it's making that move like, I want to change where I live, I want to change where I work, I want to change the people I surround myself with. Maybe for some of you it's all three, but you are making moves. With the Three of Wands, you are making moves, and you are making moves that bring you into this King of Wands energy. This is one of my favorite energies, so I'm excited for you all. Let's get into your oracle cards, because I feel like this is all pretty straightforward. So let's find out some more information here. I actually want to use this deck. Look at how pretty those are. Okay, they also have like the iridescent sides. Okay, so anyway, pile one, how are you glowing up, pile one? How are you glowing up? Can we get some more information, please, Spirit, about how pile one is glowing up? Pile one, how are you glowing up? We'll get like 1 to 2 cards here, I think. Pile one, how are you glowing up? I'm even feeling like a sense of just, if you've been feeling really tired and really worn down, I think this glow up is like caffeine to your soul. Like you are now moving. If things have felt stagnant, you are moving. Full of energy here. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the Rose Valley. Go forth with a soft and open heart. Love, feminine energy, and vulnerability. I love this because the King of Wands too, like that Leo energy, makes me think of wearing your heart on your sleeve, right? And then that vulnerability makes me think of Sagittarius, like I'm going to speak my truth and the chips can fall wherever they may. And then the Aries, like going forth into a situation, like just impulsively just going for it, makes me think of the Fool card. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, makes me think of optimism, hope, you know, being willing to be open to love, open to new connections, open to whatever is, you know, sort of like out there for you. So it makes me think again of that opening of the rose. So that could be a metaphor, but I think you're definitely stepping into some fire sign energy. Okay, so we have crystal waterfalls, clear your mind and cleanse your soul, healing, cleansing, recharging, right? Like this new vitality, this new sense of energy. Like when you wake up, you're no longer gonna dread your day. You're gonna wake up and feel enthusiastic, feel like you wanna go out there and do something. Like this energy, like if you've been feeling like it's hard to even to get going in the morning, it's hard to even get out of your bed, that is being cleared away, okay? And I think it's definitely part of this healing that's being done. You know, that old energy was stagnant, it's being cleared away for your highest good. And then we have puppet show stage, acts can't go on forever, manipulation, falseness, and control. I feel like this is really calling in that Sagittarius energy. Like if you feel like you haven't been able to be honest, if you feel like you can't be truthful with the people in your life for whatever reason, if you feel like you have to put on a mask just to get through your day, if you feel like you have to act in a certain way to appease other people, if you feel like others around you are telling you who to be, are trying to control you, trying to manipulate you, whether that's family, friends, a romantic partner, whoever it is that is dragging you down and making you feel like you have to put on a show. And even if it's not as dramatic as that, I'm sorry, there's like fire alarms going. Even if it's not as dramatic as that, it could just be this idea that I'm not happy in my life and I'm like really hurting inside, but I'm trying to put on a brave face. I'm trying to be strong. I'm trying to be resilient. And so I'm going about my day with this smile on my face when really I'm dying inside. That is being cleared away because it has to be dealt with. It has to be dealt with. It can't be repressed. And the moment you stop repressing it and the moment that you deal with it, in whatever way resonates with you, that is the moment that you can stop faking a smile and genuinely smile, genuinely feel good. You know, you don't have to fake it anymore. So for some of you, this is literally a clearing out of these people that are dragging you down. For others of you, it's all internal. You know, it's that you've been pushing this down and trying to be happy, trying to put a smile on your face. And so that mask that you're presenting to the world is basically like a wall up, like I'm not going to be vulnerable, I'm not going to show how much I'm hurting, and so I'm trying to be strong, and so I'm keeping everyone in my life at a distance, and I'm not being my authentic self. And that takes a toll on your soul after a while, so it's definitely for your highest good. If you haven't started this process, that is really what's blocking you from that new chapter with the Three of Wands, from you stepping into that empowered state with the King of Wands. Okay, pile one, let's get some more information about this glow up. Let's get some more information about this glow up. I think overall right now, what we're seeing is an increase in confidence, which really affects like all major areas of your life if you think about it. Okay, so we have we are nature, becoming grounded, embodiment, living in connection, and we have open, say yes, expand through extremes, trust life. With this expand through extremes, the Ten of Swords is a difficult energy to be in. I mean, this is an energy where, I mean, you were hurt. You were hurt. I mean, this Ten of Swords, like these swords typically aren't placed in your back all at once. I mean, typically this is something that has happened over time. This is like, if not months, then years of people taking advantage of you, of people betraying you, of people not respecting your boundaries, maybe you not having any boundaries, you repeating cycles of like these karmic connections where you feel hurt, you feel betrayed, you know, you're really taken advantage of. And, you know, there becomes a sense of like, I'm used to it. You know, like this is how it's always been. And so I start to think this is how it's always going to be. Or even worse than that, you think that's what love is. You think that's what friendship is. You think that is what connection is, and it's not. And so this is really encouraging you to get out of your head, because again, this is a lot of mental energy. This is mental baggage, emotional baggage that we are carrying around. These are limiting beliefs about ourselves that are like chains to us. Chains to us. So this, you know, inner core belief that we're not good enough, we're not lovable, we're not desirable, we're not, you know, even like likable, lovable. So it's just encouraging you to come back to your physical body, get out of your head, get grounded, and start living in connection. And so if you have to take a time out from other people, that's fine, but understanding that even by going out into nature, even by, you know, sort of meditating and clearing out this mental clutter, that increases your consciousness and increases your awareness that we're all connected, everything, right? Like the bumblebees outside, your cat, your dog, your connection to other people in your life, nature, like we're all connected. And it's going to bring about that sense of oneness that's going to be really healing and really replenishing to you. And even like encouraging you to be an active participant in your life. Because for some of you, like I said, it's like mentally, you have up all these walls, you have up all these blocks to the point to where, like I said, it's difficult to even get out of bed. You know, and maybe you are like working hard, doing this, doing that, but you're exhausted. You're exhausted. Like you have to maybe like talk yourself into getting up in the morning. And you do a lot, I think, throughout the day, but you just feel very drained. I think you feel very drained. And so this is encouraging you to step back into an active role in your life, be open, and expanding through the extremes. I mean, this is an extreme energy to be in, right? The Ten of Swords is extreme. So it's saying like, listen, even in the darkest of times, you can grow. You can grow. And so it's just saying trust in the universe. You're co-creating with the universe, and start to say yes. The King of Wands is someone who says yes. He doesn't say no to all experiences. So like practically, if people are asking you to go someplace with them, if they're offering to spend time with you, say yes more. Say yes to new things. Say yes to change. Get out of your shell, get out of your cocoon a bit if you can. And then bottom of the deck, you had the Rose of Venus, alignment, flow, right relationship, harmony. So for those of you who are hoping for a glow up in your love life, this could be confirmation that this could happen when you step into that King of Wands energy. And we do see like the happy couple here. I feel like, especially if you've been hurt a lot by other people, by being in that King of Wands energy, by being in that empowered energy, you are going to be able to step into that Three of Wands, a new adventure, a new chapter in your life. Like I said, just because the past may have been hurtful doesn't mean that love in and of itself is hurtful. You know, for some of you, you've got to be open and understanding that just because you've been hurt in maybe every single relationship, romantic partnership you've ever been in, that doesn't mean that you deserve to be treated like that, and it doesn't mean that that's always the way that it's gonna be. And so just being open to possibility, being emotionally vulnerable, taking that leap of faith. You know, the King of Wands, like I said, he's a doer. He gets out there, so that's gonna be really helpful. All right, so pile 1, how are you glowing up? How is pile 1 glowing up, please, Spirit? How is pile 1 glowing up? Pile 1, how are they glowing up, please, Spirit? Okay, pile 1, how are you glowing up? Pile 1, how are they glowing up, please, Spirit? So we have align your intentions with align your intentions with your actions. We'll get into this in a second, but that is so perfect for your group. That's a lot of cards, but you know what? We'll take it. Okay, so align your intentions with your actions. The King of Wands is all about inspired action, okay? So taking action on the things that you're trying to manifest, using your creativity. If you have sort of like this little bit of a gut feeling, like for some reason today, I am getting the urge to, I don't know, bake an apple pie. And so you don't know why, you're just craving an apple pie and you're thinking, why not? I'll go bake an apple pie. And so you go to the store, you get your ingredients, and while you're at the store, you start chatting with someone, they come up to you, and then before you know it, you've made plans to go out on a date, and then that person ends up being the person you're going to marry. Something like that, pile 1, is in store for you. So if you get these like weird urges, like to do something, to go somewhere, and you don't know why, don't overthink it, just do, because that's that King of Wands energy. Like, I'm not going to overthink, I'm just going to trust the universe. The universe is telling me for some reason today is the day to bake an apple pie, which is a creative act, right? Baking. Just go for it, just do it. Because whatever the reason may be, it's going to be nourishing for your soul to listen to those urges, to take those guided actions. And even if it's not as incredible as you meeting your future spouse that day, it's going to bring you into alignment with your highest good by continuing to take those inspired actions, because it's like the butterfly effect. Some of those little things that we do may seem inconsequential to us on that day, but when we look back on our life, a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, we can see how those small little actions that we took, those small urges that we took, guided us towards something bigger. That's like, for some reason, you're feeling an urge to, I don't know why food is coming up, but maybe you're feeling an urge to go to your favorite local coffee shop and you want a London fog. And so you go there that day and you see that the park across the street is having a little festival, and so you wander over to the festival and then you see brochures for, I don't know, England, and then you get to thinking, as you're drinking your London fog. I might like to go there someday. And then that starts you on an idea, and before you know it, you're looking into job opportunities in London, and then you're traveling to London, and you accept a job offer, and then you're living in England, and then a whole world opens up to you, right? Like just from getting an urge that day for a London fog and going to your local coffee shop and getting it. Like something like that, I think, is going to happen to you. Some little urge is going to lead you down this incredible path of opportunity, whether it's in your career, whether it's in your love life, whether it's in everything. Because like I said, the Three of Wands is a blank slate. It's a new chapter for which you can write your story. Here it says, change one thing, start small. Change one thing today, start small. I feel like for you all, because I think you are really busy, I think you are doing a lot in your life, this one thing that you're starting small on is going to be that little small urge that you have to do something one day. And by clearing out your mind, you're going to be more receptive to these urges, to this sense of intuition, that gut feeling, whatever you want to label it. You're going to answer that call. And by taking those small inspired actions, that little bit of progress towards your goals every day, towards your dreams, towards your manifestations, is going to open up a whole new world for you. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, if there's something that you've been really, really wanting to do, starting small will make you feel a lot more accomplished. You know, if we set a really big goal for ourselves and we just write it on paper, like we're going to do this, it's so easy to procrastinate. It's so easy to get overwhelmed. If you take a small step towards it, you're going to feel so much better, because you're going to feel that sense of accomplishment. And that little by little that you do every single day is going to add up to huge, amazing progress in your life. So keep going. Take inspired action. And then we have turn lemons into lessons. This is that Ten of Swords. This is that Devil. You know, if you're carrying around a lot of regret, if it's honestly, you know, sort of this disappointment or anger even towards your past self, or some regrets that you have, some mistakes you feel like you've made, turn it into lessons. I mean, this is a pretty common expression, but it's common for a reason. It makes good sense, okay? If you look at life like that, because the King of Wands is really someone who's going to look at the glass half full. I mean, Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius are all signs that are optimists, okay? That's fire, okay? Looking to the light, always looking to the light, being the light itself when there's no other light around, feeling that fire, feeling that warmth, even in the dead of winter, feeling that warmth. If you can step into summer in the middle of winter, you can internally be that summer. You can shine your light outwards, lemons, yellow, like have that aura about you of optimism and hope. That's gonna be like so incredible for you. I don't know why I've been thinking about Beyonce a lot, but even like her album Lemonade, I mean, she had this like deep emotional pain, this hurt in her personal life. You know, like her love life was essentially in shambles. Like, you know, it was hurting her family, it was hurting herself. And through that healing, through that transformation, she released like an incredible album, an album that artistically did so incredibly well, that culturally had an impact, that helped so many people, I'm sure, that have been through a similar experience. She told a story of healing, and she did it through her art, through her music. And everyone who was involved on that project, Warsaw Shire's poetry, right? Like that resonated with people, that I'm sure opened up so many people who had never even heard of her before. Like so much of that project brought good into the collective, right? Through her own deep personal pain, like she transformed it into something positive. And she even references lemonade, right? Like that's the whole theme of the story, of the narrative that she was telling with that album. So embodying that energy, how can you transform this into something positive? How can you make it make sense? How can you find purpose through the pain? Pile one. That's going to be helpful for you. And then lastly, we have celebrate yourself, you deserve it. I feel like this is, yes, let's cover this energy up. This is going to be that Six of Wands, that victory that you feel at the end of all this. Like through all of this, you end in celebration. And you know, even where you're at right now, celebrate the success that you've made right now. Like go ahead, feel it because you deserve it. You know, it's not easy to even sit in this energy and to withstand it. It's not easy, but you've been doing it. So go ahead and celebrate every small win, every small step you take. Celebrate yourself. You know, even if you're not at that big final outcome that you want, even if you're not fully there yet, celebrate yourself along the journey. Don't postpone your happiness. Don't postpone your sense of self-worth, your sense of value about yourself and your identity and who you are. You deserve to feel confident today. You deserve to feel victorious today. So go ahead and celebrate yourself for how far you've come, even if you're not quite where you want to be yet. Okay, let's find some months of the year, pile one, that could be significant for you. So I always like to get 3 months. So let's get 3 months for when this glow up could potentially happen. Pile one. And I actually want to see, like you had courage. I mean, that is the King of Wands right there, courage. Like Leo energy all day long. Okay, so that lion, brave heart, you know what I mean? So January could be a possibility, December or March. And it could be too that like all of these months are significant for you. Like you set a New Year's resolution in January. March, you start the process, you really get into it. Maybe you have some sort of like big success on your way towards your goal, and by December, you reach your goal. You know, for others of you, maybe you're really drawn to March, and these 2 months are messages for someone else. So feel free to claim 1, 2, or all 3 months. That's up to you. So let's finally see what your card was. We have Our Lady of Truth. Yes, I think we mentioned that in the very beginning, that Sagittarius energy of like speaking your truth, because you had puppet show before. I feel like that's what you're leaving behind. You're really embodying this sense of truth. Like, I'm going to live my truth. I'm going to go after what I want. I'm going to show up in my relationships as my authentic self. I'm not going to hide anymore. I'm going to say how I feel. I'm not going to say what everyone else wants me to say to spare other people. You know, like no one is over here sparing my feelings. Like I'm gonna be authentic to me. I'm gonna be truthful. I'm gonna live in my truth. I'm not gonna be over here trying to be what someone else thinks I should be. This is about me. This is my life. They've got their own, right? So there's no need for you to be controlled by someone else and their opinion. Okay, pile one, this was your reading. I'm so excited for you. I wish you well on your journey. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Let me know that, of course, you chose pile one in the comments. And I will see you in your, Lord, I will see you in your next reading. Take care, pile one. All right, all my pile twos, if you chose the shade Heroic, welcome to your reading. And we're actually going to save this for last. So we'll look at this card at the very end of your reading. But let's go ahead and start with your tarot. So pile two, when is your next glow up happening and what does it entail? We'll actually get months of the year at the end or towards the end of your reading. So we'll use the tea leaf cards for that. So how is pile two glowing up, please, Spirit? How is pile two glowing up? A big thank you to my guides and your guides for coordinating these messages. And we'll also invite your higher self to come through as well if they have any messages. Pile two. How is pile two glowing up? What does pile two need to know, please, Spirit? What does pile two need to know about this glow up? So pile two. How are they glowing up? How are they transforming? Pile two. Oh, we've got the Six of Cups. That's so sweet to start. pile 2. Got the Hermit here, the Page of Wands, and the Six of Swords. Let's move this. Sorry, I like to arrange them. If I see the cards like telling a story, I think it's easier for you guys visually if I arrange them in the order that I'm likely to read them. Yeah, I think I like that. Okay. So bottom of the deck right now, we have the Four of Swords, which makes a lot of sense because I feel like most of you watching this reading will resonate with this Hermit energy, because I feel like this is your current energy, you know? The Four of Swords talks about rest, it talks about a timeout, you know, retreating from the world and taking a moment for yourself, a much needed respite from the busyness. So could be too that you need this, right? Like maybe you're go, 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 and you really would benefit from some rest, some self-care, taking a time out. Or this is just your energy right now, like you're withdrawn, you couldn't be bothered with anybody else, you've had enough. Like, you know, take whatever message resonates there. But I do feel like most of you are in this Hermit energy, whether you want to be in that energy or not. I feel like a lot of you are really isolated right now. You're really withdrawn, whether that again is like by choice or out of necessity, or it's just your current circumstances. You know, you're really in this place of a lot of deep self-reflection. You know, you're on your own, you can't help but think a lot, right, when you're on your own. Maybe for a lot of you, you have maybe had to leave behind some people that were not helpful to you, people that were triggering for you, and people that were treating you poorly, not respecting your boundaries. Sort of like, I'm sorry, I wish you well on the lessons that you're learning, but I have to maybe love you from a distance, or maybe say, this isn't working for me and I have to do what is of my highest good. I have to protect myself, and this friendship, this connection is not helping me, it's not beneficial to me, it's harmful to me. And so maybe you've had to cut off some people, you know, and I feel like that has a negative connotation, but it's more so like I have to distance myself for my own protection. I have to take care of myself, you know, and it's not with any malicious intent. I just can't, you know, like I just can't. And so like lovingly, I'm like just releasing my connection to you essentially. But with this Hermit energy, you know, you are spending a lot of time alone, and maybe you do feel lonely sometimes. Other times maybe you enjoy the solitude, maybe you go back and forth between those feelings, but you are alone, okay? And sometimes too, like we can be surrounded by people and still feel this Hermit energy. You may have a lot of people around you, but internally you feel this sense of detachment. You know, you don't feel connected, and it's because you don't have the right people around you, or the people around you don't understand what you're going through. But you're shining this light in the dark, okay? You're still holding on to that sense of hope, that sense of optimism, right? And you're trying to find the truth. And for a lot of you, it's going to be the truth about yourself and what's going to make you feel better, okay? And this is Virgo energy here. Some of you, like I'm in my personal year 7, so like that's the year of the Hermit. Like that's the Hermit card energy. Like I've experienced this a lot myself. And sometimes it's what the universe wants you to do. It wants you to disconnect. It wants you to meditate, get in connection with yourself, get in connection with nature. It wants you to clear out that mental clutter from your mind. Now, you're moving out of this though. Like when you reach your glow up, you're moving out of this Hermit energy into this Page of Wands here. And so it's like I've been in this cocoon, I've been in this shell, I've been doing what I need to do, releasing what I need to release, understanding like whatever deep truths I need to get to, whatever conclusions, epiphanies that I need to reach, and then I'm stepping back out into the world. Like I'm cautiously but optimistically just getting myself back out there again. And through doing this, you're making some sort of big move, okay? Either it's internally or externally, there's movement here with the Six of Swords. This is leaving behind kind of rough waters and moving in a better direction. So whether that is leaving a connection that's no longer serving you, whether that is literally moving to a better place, changing your job, changing something about your external circumstances, or changing internally, maybe how you relate to yourself in the world, but there's a movement here. Now, given that we have the Six of Cups, I feel like the internal change here is that you're more compassionate, you're more giving, and I feel like that extends towards yourself. You know, you're not just giving to other people all the time, you're giving to yourself. You know, this understanding that I have value and I'm going to take care of myself. But I also feel like for the Six of Cups and the Six of Swords, I mean, double sixes here, right? 6 makes me think of balance, 3 and 3. It makes me think of harmonious connections. It makes me think of childhood. With the Six of Cups, I think of nostalgia. I think of sort of just sweet, affectionate energy. And I feel like for a lot of you, if the struggle here has been relating to other people, with the Six of Cups, this is fully now I'm stepping into equal, balanced, supportive, loving, encouraging, sweet connections with other people. And the Six of Cups can talk about a soulmate, okay? It can talk about multiple past shared lives together. So for those of you who are hoping that through this glow up you'll meet your romantic soulmate, or you'll meet your whole soul family, or you'll meet your next best friend, that's the Six of Cups. So you're moving in a better direction in terms of your social circle, how you relate to other people and how they relate back to you, and the type of people that you are attracting in your life. Okay, let's find out some more information about this glow up for my pile 2s. And I will say too, even the fact that you chose the shade Heroic here makes me think that the universe is sort of giving you a nod of like, I see you, I recognize you, because it is heroic to sit with yourself. Like, the Hermit takes a journey on their own. You know, no one is on this journey and they can't see anything in the darkness but the own light that they carry. So it's a lot. It's a lot to go through that energy. And so it's sort of like, listen, like, you're on a hero's journey here, and like, I see you, I see you. That's what your guides want to say, like, we see you. And even though you can't see us, like, we're here. We're here for you, pile 2. Even the fact that you chose, this is too many cards, even the fact that you chose pile 2, like 2, of course, 2 of Cups, connection. I think there's a huge transformation that's happening here in how you relate to other people and how they relate to you, and the type of people, like I said, that you're attracting. So pile 2, this glow up for pile 2 here. So this Crystal Waterfalls card came out in pile 1 as well. Okay, let's see here. You have halfway point, meet in the middle, compromise, common ground, reconciliation. So yes, halfway point. I feel like this is saying you're halfway to your glow up, like you're almost there. You've been doing some of the work here. So maybe you are past this Hermit and you're really in this Page of Wands and you're almost to the outcome here. You're halfway there. That could be a message. I think for others of you too, if this Hermit energy has really been a result of like one significant breakdown of a connection, could be that you're reconciling with that person, or you're learning to forgive them even if they haven't apologized or changed or done anything. You're forgiving them for yourself, for the highest good, so that you can move on to a better situation, a better connection with someone who is more in alignment with you, someone who deserves you, right? So that could be family, friends, romantic partner, whatever, but that could be a message there of forgiveness. And I think also too, if you're someone who's really struggled before with compromising and finding a common ground with other people, that could be something that changes. With the sixes that you had repeating, it's like you move 3, I move 3, like we meet in the middle. So that could be a really helpful thing of like learning again how to better connect with others. And also too, like if you were always the one to like over compromise and always sacrifice your needs for someone else, you're learning what true compromise is. It isn't you folding all the time, okay? It's not you caving all the time. It's someone else meeting you in the middle, truly meeting you in the middle, truly finding that compromise. So, take what resonates there. Okay, and then we have ancient ruins, build a castle from the ruins, devastation, loss, and old wounds. I feel like that's so hermit card right there. Absolutely. Like, everything's been cleared away. I'm on my own. I'm all alone on this journey, whether it's like physically I'm alone or mentally I'm alone or both, I am alone. And so this is that blank page. This is where I really find out, I really self-reflect, I really figure out the mystery of myself and my soul and what I want, what I need, what I deserve. And so you put that intention out there and you start building from the rubble, from the destruction, you build again. Okay, those old wounds, you're healing it, you're gone, you're done. Like you are building anew. And so this could be like a complete and total change of your friend group, a complete and total change in your love life, a complete and total change with your family. Maybe all 3 for some of you, but this is a complete rebirth, a complete renewal again in your social connections. We have crystal waterfalls, clear your mind and cleanse your soul, healing, cleansing, and recharging. I feel like the universe is really saying, like, we know that hermit card energy is not desirable. Even the Page of Wands can feel a bit scary, a bit like, oh man, what's going on? What's going to happen? Like, I'm starting fresh. I'm starting from scratch here. I'm trying to be all open, I'm trying to be optimistic, but like this is a lot, especially if you're coming off of that period of like total isolation and then putting yourself out there, it can be overwhelming. And so it's saying, listen, like this is for your highest good. We wouldn't be putting you in this space if it weren't to help you. Like we want to help you. We want you to feel complete and total renewal. We don't want you having to carry around these harsh, cruel words that people said to you. We don't want you carrying around this deep sense of heartbreak and betrayal and hurt and feeling like you're not good enough. We don't want you carrying that around. Okay, and so it's really trying to get you to understand that this isn't happening to you, it's happening for you. Okay, so pile 2, how are they glowing up, please, Spirit? How is pile 2 glowing up? How is pile 2 glowing up, please, Spirit? How are my pile 2s glowing up? How is pile 2 glowing up, please, Spirit? Oh man, you guys got the sun. Okay, so bottom of the deck here we have Mother Rose, returning to each other, compassion, and humanity. Okay, that's our second message about reconciliation. And speaking like from my own experience, I recently had someone come back into my life, and it was something I had made up my mind to where I make peace with this. If this person never comes back, they never come back. I am willing to have no relationship rather than have an unhealthy one. And even though that was deeply painful for me, I just accepted it because I had to. I couldn't change that other person. No matter what I did, it wasn't helping the situation. They weren't willing to have an honest conversation. And so I had to do it, and it was painful. And it took, I think, 2, maybe 3 years for this person to come back. And even when they came back, it wasn't exactly what I hoped it would be. But I remember this quote by Brene Brown. She's kind of a celebrity in like the field of social work. But she has really great TED Talks if you want to check her out. But she has this kind of feeling of accepting that people are doing their best, even if their best kind of sucks. accepting people where they're at, accepting that they're trying, accepting that they are doing the best that they can with the tools and the level of progress that they have. And, you know, sometimes again with that acceptance, it means loving people from a distance. And other times it means I accept that you're doing the best that you can, and I'm going to have you back in my life, but with these boundaries and these conditions. And so that was where I was at. I was like, well, I didn't get the apology that I wanted, but I did get a apology. And I can accept that this apology is the best that this person can do. And I can have compassion for that person despite how they have hurt me, because I understand that they themselves have experienced great hurt. And so then I was able to have this person come back into my life, and I have to be very, very careful with my boundaries, right? I have to hold very firm boundaries and still protect myself and still prioritize myself. But I know that I can withstand losing that person again if I have to, because I've done it before. And so I feel like for some of you, there could be that same thing of someone coming back into your life that you maybe wrote off, maybe you thought like it was never going to happen, and maybe they come back in your life in some capacity. And I think maybe you find great healing in that, and you find a real deepening in your sense of compassion for other people. But also in your compassion and appreciation for yourself, because your ability to extend compassion towards someone who hurt you is like an incredible, incredible level of growth. And that good karma is going to circle itself back to you, okay? And then I'm not telling you what to do, like not at all. If someone comes back again, like if you have to say I have to love you from a distance, or I wish you well in your journey but I can't have you in my life, then do that. But I do feel like for some of you, someone is returning to you, and you are going to have compassion. And I think that compassion extends to yourself and to them. I think it's balanced. Now, we have the sun here. Joy, enjoyment, life force, success, vitality, and play. Leo energy, okay? The sunlight is coming back, okay? You're no longer going to have to rely upon your own inner light, okay? It's not going to be like I have to rely on my own light because everything around me is dark. It's like the sun is coming back into your life. Good fortune, good luck. The right people are coming back into your life. You are feeling energized again, that sense of vitality and warmth. You don't have to be so strong anymore, okay? The sun is coming back into your life, okay? You don't have to rely upon your own inner light. You're finally going to be in connection with other people that give to you instead of just taking and taking and taking. And then we have the grandmothers. Remember your roots, perspective, trust the weavings. For some of you, this is family. This is like connections with family that need to be healed. Generational trauma that needs to be released. Take what resonates. I think also with remember your roots, and especially because we had the Six of Cups, someone from your past, maybe your childhood, could be returning. I don't think this is someone that hurt you, but it could just be someone from your past who is returning, and you have like a new fresh start, a new chapter with this person. Maybe that could be a romantic soulmate, or just a member of your soul family that you didn't recognize in your past that is coming back. That could even be reconnecting with an old friend, but someone from your past could be returning with the Six of Cups and this grandmother's card. I would also say this is also saying that you have ancestral support. Your ancestors are really smiling down on you, especially if you're healing that family karma, healing that generational trauma. Definitely smiling down on you. I will also say with this remember your roots, this sense of like childlike wonder and this excitement for the world, and that return to innocence before you had all of these people hurt you. This feeling of like, I believe in love again. I believe in friendship again. I believe in connection again. I believe that healthy, happy connections can exist. So it's like that return almost to factory settings, and that sort of rebirth of your optimism is coming back. Leo is very generous, very like social butterfly. just loving life, heart on my sleeve, open heart. Leo rules the heart, so your heart chakra is going to be wide open. Your confidence level is going to be wide open. Your solar plexus is shining. I feel like you're like the citrine crystal, you know, like your creativity itself, your optimism itself. It's just this yellow aura that's around you that I think is really beautiful. Okay, let's get some more messages here for my pile twos. How is pile 2 glowing up, please, Spirit? How is pile 2 glowing up? Pile 2. I would say, too, with the Sun card, if you were hoping for a physical glow up, then this could also be a signal for that, because Leo definitely is really conscious of how of the image they project outwards to other people, right? Leo loves attention, so could be that you're stepping into a sense of style that is more authentic to you. You're just feeling really good about your appearance. Something with that could also be a possibility, especially too with the Hermit card that you got in the very beginning. That's Virgo, so Virgo is also really about like wellness and your health and your daily routine. So it could be something you're glowing up in that sense of like you're eating better, you're sleeping more, you know, keeping a regular like sleep-wake schedule, you are doing some self-care, you are getting into like holistic wellness. The Hermit also makes me think of spirituality, so spiritually you're feeling well, you're feeling connected to source, especially with the Sun, connected to source, connected to light. So that could also be part of this glow up for you. Okay, pile 2. How is pile 2 glowing up, please, Spirit? Okay, bottom of the deck, you have forgive someone. Wow. So that's, I believe, our third card now that talks about reconciliation. So yeah, there's someone from your past that you're forgiving. And again, like forgiving doesn't mean you have to welcome that person back into your life with open arms. That's very much a personal choice. Spirit is not telling you that is what you need to do to glow up. It's saying that in order for you to step into the best version of yourself, forgiving that person is going to help you release this emotional baggage, help you release this weight. Okay, so for some of you, you are going to want that person back into your life, and you are going to get an apology that is good enough for you to feel like you can move forward with that person. You're going to see some sort of change in them that's going to make you feel safe to open up to them again. Or, you know, you're going to take it slow, and that's going to happen over time. But you are forgiving someone, definitely. And I think that's going to free open your heart for love, friendship, true healthy connection to come in, okay? Especially if you are trying to manifest like your soulmate, your future spouse, you know, something like that. This is really going to clear out everything that wasn't serving you so that you can be open and receptive. Like that divine feminine energy is really what I'm feeling like you're stepping into. It doesn't matter what your gender is, but I feel like it's really that sense of innocence, that trust and love that's coming back in. And with Virgo too, I always think of beauty when I think of Virgo, but Virgo's the virgin, right? So it's that sense of purity, okay? It's just that sense of innocent, like a white blank slate for love, real love to come in. And Virgo too, I think of harvest. So I feel like, again, there's like this sense of like fertility that's coming back in, this like room for love to grow back into your life. Because I feel like, you know, when I don't know a lot about gardening, but you know how you have to cut down some flowers? Like they always cut down like the crepe myrtle trees, and then they are able to bloom again in like full force, but you have to cut them down. You know, like you have to cut away that old growth so that new growth can come in. And it seems like at the time like you're hurting the plant, but you're not. You're clearing room for new growth to come in. So this forgiving process may not feel so good. I mean, for myself, like I was angry for several years, and then I was hurt, and I you know, really tried to handle the situation with grace, and some days were easier than others. And then even when this person finally came back, it was like, I mean, I really, really had to be disciplined and say, I'm going to be receptive. I'm going to listen to them. Even if part of me feels like they don't deserve my audience, even if they shut me out, I'm going to listen. And stepping into that, like, I'm going to be the bigger person, like, it's hard. It's really, really hard. And especially too, like, even when you have to push, even after all this time, I was like, man, this person had like 2 or 3 years to come up with an apology, and this is the best they have? But yes, that was the best that they had. And after speaking to them longer, you know, I had that revelation, and I sort of saw their past and what had influenced them, and it made sense. It didn't excuse the behavior, but it made sense. And I thought we got to a place to where I could move past it. And I feel like maybe you're going to experience something similar here because this memory is being called to me. But yes, I just want to extend my compassion to you, the viewer. If you're going through this, believe me, I know it's not easy. I'm not trying to be flippant at all, and I don't think your guides are either. But be patient and gentle with yourself, because this is asking a lot of you. It's asking a lot. And for some of you, it's not even just one person that you're needing to forgive. And some of you, this could be forgiving yourself. You know, maybe you're angry with yourself that you know, allowed someone else to treat you the way they treated you. So some of this is also forgiveness towards yourself. And then we have stop judging and start loving. This is, again, asking you to extend that compassion to people who are difficult to love and people who have made you feel like you are difficult to love. Set your intentions with your heart and your soul. This is, I think, that hermit energy, forcing you to really reckon with yourself and asking what will truly, truly make you happy, what will truly bring your heart contentment, and then setting that intention with the Page of Wands and actually going after it, okay? 6 of Swords, moving in a better direction. You have to actually physically do things, okay? But first it starts with setting that intention towards something. Okay, so let's find out some months for when this glow up could happen for my pile 2s. Pile 2, so we have May. Pile 2, we have December. And we have August. Okay, so that's part of Leo season, so that could be really significant for some of you. For some of you, these are all going to be months that are part of your like glow up journey. For some of you, this could be a longer process. For others of you, maybe December is really calling out to you and this is your message, and these messages are for somebody else. So feel free to claim 1, 2, or all 3 months. That's up to you. Now let's see what your card says, your final card. We have Our Lady of Nourishment. I feel like this is the universe saying, enough is enough. Like, you have given enough. It is time to extend that giving energy to yourself. Really nurture and nourish yourself, whatever that looks like to you, whether that's self-care, whether that is speaking more kindly to yourself, whether that is, you know, sort of the physical aspects of like, you know, feeding yourself well, you know, being sort of like a parent to yourself. Whatever it looks like to you, nourish yourself, focus on yourself, enough giving away all your energy outwards. Okay, pile 2, this was your reading. I hope this resonated. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you always know when I upload. And yeah, let me know that you chose pile 2. I'll see you guys in my next one. Please take care. All right, on my pile 3s, if you chose the Transform lipstick, welcome to your reading. We're actually going to put this to the side and we'll look at this card at the very end. So we're going to get into your tarot, and we'll also be looking at the months of the year tea leaf cards to find out when this glow up is going to happen for you. But pile 3, Let's get some details, please, Spirit, about pile 3 and their glow up. Pile 3. How is pile 3 transforming? How is pile 3 glowing up? Pile 3. And we'll say a big thank you to my guides and your guides for coordinating these messages. And your higher self is also welcome to come through pile 3. How is pile 3 glowing up? How are they transforming, please, Spirit? How is pile 3 glowing up? Pile 3. How is pile 3 glowing up, please, Spirit? Pile 3. So we have the High Priestess and the Sun. I kind of suspected that you all might have the largest or the most transformative glow up because you literally picked the lipstick that is called Transform. Sorry, there's a really loud truck driving by. I hope you can't hear that. I just think that's so obnoxious. Like, okay, so pile 3. Pile 3. Let's see. Oh wow, you have the Fool and the 5 of Swords. Okay. Your bottom of the deck, shut up. Your bottom of the deck energy is the Magician. I mean, this is 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana cards. 4. Yeah, you guys are having a very significant glow up. I mean, this glow up is, transformative. It is like life-changing, okay? So with the Magician, there could be something that you are actively right now trying to manifest in your life. So whether you are trying to manifest something about yourself, like you have a fitness goal, for example, or a career goal, or you just want to be more confident, more self-assured, more comfortable within your own skin, something like that. You could be manifesting that, or you could be manifesting an actual change in your physical environment, whether that's like, I want a new home, I want a new partner, I want, more supportive friendships, something like that. But whatever it is that you are manifesting, I feel like, and this is a general reading, so that's definitely gonna vary for a lot of you watching, but whatever you are trying to manifest is part of this glow up, okay? That is part of what is bringing about this change. So whatever you're manifesting, it looks like it's on the horizon during this glow up period for you. So with the High Priestess, the Sun, the Fool, and the 5 of Swords. With the 5 of Swords, this is the card of like the wounded warrior, of someone who has been through a lot of battles, been through a lot of challenges in their life, and you've conquered them, you've defeated them, but not without getting some scars, not without losing some people, not without having some pain and some hurt and some fatigue really at the end of it. Like, you just feel exhausted. So whether this was, a falling out with a friend, a really bad breakup, some issues with your family, some issues with coworkers, a bad work situation, whatever the case was, definitely left you feeling a bit defeated, a bit worn out, a bit tired. Let's actually see if we can clarify that 5 of Swords and see what was going on. Can we clarify the 5 of Swords, please, Spirit? Can we clarify the 5 of Swords? The 5 of Swords, please, Spirit. Okay, that's 2 of Pentacles, 4 of Cups, 3 of Wands. Okay. Bottom of the deck, 4 of Wands. There was something that made you feel unstable. There was something that made you feel out of balance, that made you feel stuck. And I think that there was an opportunity, a way out that previously you weren't seeing, but that you eventually step into though. So it's like you were fighting because you were stuck somewhere where you didn't want to be. And so you had to keep fighting. You kept having people take you out of your positive energy. They were draining you of your optimism. disconnecting you from your intuition, disconnecting you from your sense of happiness, your sense of hope, because that's what all three of these cards are, like your intuition, your happiness, your hope, your optimism. Like all three of these cards, like this was being drained out of you as a result of this situation. And this situation was having you feel stuck, out of balance. Like Three of Wands, you were in the opposite of this. You were feeling like you were not moving. You were desperately wanting a fresh start and not seeing a way out of it. The Two of Pentacles is all about balance and juggling things. You were feeling out of balance. You were feeling like you couldn't handle your day-to-day because you were drained from this. And then you weren't seeing the opportunity that was there in front of you with the Four of Cups. You couldn't see a way out. And the beautiful part about all of this is the way out of this is through connection with your intuition, is through optimism and hope, and even the little b, like maybe a bit of hard work, and the Sun, like that Leo happiness, like even if the world is kicking me down, I'm still gonna find my generosity, I'm still gonna connect to my heart. Leo rules the heart. Like it's still like I'm still gonna be open. I'm still gonna be open. I'm still gonna be confident, even if I have this. Now, this could have been like a living situation that you weren't happy in. Maybe you had some really irritating roommates. For some of you, it's a family member that you were just repeatedly like, I can't cut them out of my life, but they are draining me. For some of you, it could have been an ex, maybe that you were also living with, or yeah, I mean, it's just this feeling of being trapped, this feeling of being stuck. You know, maybe you're stuck at a job that you can't stand, but you haven't been able to get a job somewhere else where you can like financially support yourself, something like that. Something that was messing with your stability. Something that was causing you to not be able to celebrate life anymore. And I feel like that's what's coming in for you, is that you're gonna feel really, really good. You're gonna feel like you're on your right path. You're gonna feel like you have the right people around you. You're gonna feel like you're in a position where you can bloom, where you can thrive. You didn't feel like that before. There's this feeling of being trapped. Like whatever is keeping you trapped, whatever is keeping you stuck right now, that is being released. And that being released, that feeling of like, okay, like my external circumstances are finally changing, so now I can come back to myself. I can come back home to myself. I can feel connected to spirit. I can feel connected to my happiness and my optimism, because I think for a lot of you, you are that person. You are that person who is happy-go-lucky. You are that person who is optimistic and happy and just wanting to see the fullness and the potential of life. And you don't like to do this. You don't like to argue. You don't like to be put out of your energy. You don't want to feel like you're giving and everyone's just taking. You don't want to feel like that. And you almost, there's this feeling of resentment, this feeling of irritation and frustration that internally you are doing everything you're meant to do. Internally, you are trying your hardest to protect your peace, protect your hope, protect your optimism, your lust for life, and repeatedly you are having to defend it against people who are committed to arguing, committed to their misery, committed to bringing down your vibe, literally, like just draining you of your light. It's like these people or this person is so bothered that you are choosing optimism and happiness, that you were choosing to be confident, that you were choosing to make the best out of things. And so it's like you're continuously having to defend your own inner peace, and it's exhausting you. It's like I'm trying so hard not to react to this external thing, whether it's a person or a circumstance. I'm trying so hard to not do that, to not be stepping out of my own power. And it's tiring me. It's tiring me to keep returning to this battle day in and day out. And so you're in this position of like waiting for your external circumstances to match all of this internal work that you've done, you know, because maybe you had to fight for this. You had to fight for this sense of hope, this sense of optimism. And you're like, my gosh, like how long do I have to keep up this battle? Yeah. And so this glow up is signifying it into that, because I feel like internally you guys are doing everything you're supposed to do, everything. It's just your external circumstances are like what needs a glow up. Like it's not you, it's nothing internal. Like you guys are so different than the other two groups. It's nothing internal. You've done all the internal work. It's like you're waiting for your external circumstances to glow up and match all of this internal work that you've done, because you are in like your highest vibration right now. You are doing the best that you can to keep that high vibe. Okay, let's see what's going on for you, pile 3, because this is a wilder story, I'll say that. Another huge truck. Like, what in the world? It's just so, like, it's just, I don't know what they do to them, but they try to make them louder. Like, okay, pile 3. Pile 3. Pile 3. How is pile 3 glowing up? What do we need to know about pile 3's glow up? What do we need to know? I just dropped those cards. That was on me. What do we need to know about pile 3's glow up? I've actually never seen this card before come out in a reading. That's cool. Okay, so your bottom of the deck is pleasure point. You'll like it up here. Abundance, sex, and prosperity. Okay, that's a pretty, like, oh, it's a pretty clear image. Okay, all right, let's just start over here. With the breathing forest, feel the earth below your feet, nature, grounding energy, and balance. If you are like in a stressful living situation or work situation, or just like your social environment, like the people that you're forced to interact with are just the cause of this 5 of Swords here, know this. Like getting out into nature, whether that's like getting out in your backyard if you have one, going for a walk in the park, just sitting in your car with the windows rolled down, like whatever you have to do to connect with nature, like putting some plants in your room, getting some essential oils that like smell like a certain plant that you can like kind of carry around in your purse or something, or your pocket, whatever, you know, to try to like calm you and soothe you in some way. That's going to be beneficial for you until you see this glow up of your external circumstances. It's like it's going to make this transition a lot more peaceful for you, and it's going to help you find peace and not have to feel like you're constantly fighting to keep your peace, because it's going to take you away from those stressful external circumstances. Okay. We have cold lands, learn how to keep yourself warm, abandonment, challenges, aloofness. Yeah, like again, I feel like it's like everything around you is just like frost. And you are like the single point of light, and you are trying your hardest to keep your warmth, but it's like you are like self-sustaining, like nothing in your environment is really giving you this warmth. At least not enough to like sustain you. Like you just are having to rely on your own inner light so much, and it's just draining you. Like maybe it's one person, maybe it's several people, maybe it's your job, but it's something that is like a drain on your life force. And it's like spirit is acknowledging this, and it's saying like, we get it. It's like you're walking alone through the icy tundra, and you can see all this beauty with the northern lights. Like you can see all this beauty above you, but it's like you can't reach it. You can't quite touch it yet. But this is like, if you can withstand the cold, if you can withstand this, it's like if you keep on persevering through this, this is the outcome. This is what is on the horizon. So I think for a lot of you, this is something about love. Like this is something about just not feeling any sense of pleasure from your life. So for a lot of you, I think it's love. For others of you, it's just that there's just something about your environment that is not stimulating to you, that's not helping you feel excited to be in this life. It's like, it's just sort of like, I can't be the only light in my life. Like, I can't be the only source of light. There has to be something in my environment that excites me, that makes me feel passionate, that makes me feel good. And it's like you're like this little rainbow person. It's like you're this little rainbow person, like walking in this black and white picture. Like I could just sing like a little cartoon character, and you're like, seriously? Like, this is it? Like, this is it? When is my environment going to match my energy? Because, man, like, I'm doing the best that I can. And especially if you're trying to manifest, I don't feel like it's just it's almost a sense of impatient and like trying your hardest to just stay in your high vibes, stay in your high vibe, and you're like, my God, like, when is it coming? When is it coming? And so it is. Oh, I just realized like the innuendo with that, but yes, I'm not gonna go into that. Like, you guys get it. Okay, let's find out some more information about this. Pile 3. Can you tell me more, please, Spirit, about pile 3s? How are their external circumstances glowing up? How is their external environment glowing up for pile 3? Because that's really where it's at for my pile 3s here. How is their external environment glowing up, please, Spirit? How is their external environment glowing up? Let's get one more card for you all. Okay, so bottom of the deck here we have the reunion, soul recognition, collaboration, partnership, and friendship. So here we go. Better friends. This is making me think of soul family, of like found family. Soul recognition, this is like soulmate energy, collaboration, working with better people. If you're struggling with your coworkers right now, if you feel like your friendships are not fulfilling, you feel like your partnerships are not fulfilling, your social environment is getting a complete and total overhaul. I mean, for some of you, you could be completely moving to a new place. Like, everyone in your immediate surroundings changes. And then we have the sacred union, blessed within inner and outer relationships. If you are trying to manifest a soulmate or your future spouse, I believe you had bottom of the deck magician in the very beginning. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that was your group. This is coming into fruition for you. Like, if this is what all this inner work you've been doing has been about, then this is it. Like, this is coming forth for you. Like, okay, like, if you can just continue to be patient and wait, like, I know it's hard, but just that patience is really key, I think. This is on its way to you. And I think part of the issue here sometimes when you're talking about like soulmate reunions, or, you know, wanting that one true love, wanting to meet the one you're gonna marry, it's not just about you being ready, it's about them being ready. So if there's some sort of delay here in the divine timing, it may not be on your end, because I feel like you've done everything that you needed to do. It could be on their end. But you don't know that, right? Like, you don't know what's going on with them. So you're like over here, like, why is the universe not delivering me my person? I've done all the work. I've done all the healing. I've raised my vibration. I'm staying optimistic. Where are they? I'm trying to be patient, but my goodness, how long is this going to take? And it's like, it's not about you. You're just in a holding place right now until this person, either like your future spouse, your soulmate, whatever you're trying to manifest, isn't quite ready yet. So that's the issue. And it's but you can't see that, you don't know that, so it's just asking you to like trust the universe, because the universe knows what they're doing, right? So it may not be that you have any more work to do, it could be all about them. Okay, now we have release the petals, transformation, death and rebirth, shedding, all change. Like I said, I feel like you guys are having massive change in your life. I feel like you're the group where a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, maybe even 6 months from now, your life, nothing about it looks the same as it did before. Okay, we'll get our months card to see like when this could be happening, but nothing about your life I feel like is going to be recognizable. Now, all of you guys are on different points in your journey, different timelines, so could be for some of you this is a matter of months, for some of you it may be a year or a couple of years. I don't think it's any more than like 3 years though. I feel like this is truly like everything in your life is changing. You're getting a complete and total overhaul of your life. Like you are stepping into a higher version of yourself. You're stepping into like a different timeline, like an elevated timeline. You're getting an alignment with your higher self. And I think it's because you've done a lot of work, done a lot of inner work. We have lineage of the rose, moved by the goddess, here for this soul call gather. You're calling in your soul family. That's why I said I feel like it's a complete and total overhaul. It's like you're gonna meet the people you were meant to work with. You're gonna meet the people you were meant to be friends with. You're gonna meet the people that feel like family. You're gonna meet your partner, okay? Like that is what you are calling in. And you can see the prayer here, like I'm calling you in. I'm calling you in. And the universe is supporting this gathering of souls. And I feel like for a lot of you too, like you probably cleared away some like family karma, or some past life karma. There's just something about this clearing out whatever energetic debts were there and making room for this new growth. But yeah, it's complete and total transformation with release the petals. I mean, it's all encompassing change in your life. Okay, how is pile 3 glowing up, please, Spirit? Can we get any more information about how pile 3 is glowing up? How are their external circumstances changing? Pile 3. Pile 3. How is pile 3 glowing up, please, Spirit? Okay. So we have change one thing today, start small. I feel like for you all, like the starting point now, because I do feel like you've done all of your inner work that you likely needed to do. I feel like it's more so maintaining this high vibration until you wait for like your ship to come in, until you wait for this gift to come in. Because I feel like for you all, it's likely going to be one thing that sets off a domino effect in your life. So for example, your soulmate, your future spouse comes in, and then this sets off a domino effect. Like before you know it, you're moving, your living situation changes. As a result, your job situation changes. As a result, this, that, and the third changes. Like now you're introduced to their social circle. And then through those connections, you meet more new people, and then you connect with your soul family. It's like bam, 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 bam. Like it's a domino effect. And so I feel like it's saying that even one small change in your life could set off a whole series of changes. So don't feel like this change that you're wanting is going to be so far out of reach. It can come a lot faster than you think. Even with just one small change in your life can lead to this domino effect. And I'll say this as well. I feel like the starting point for you all is going to be getting out into nature. Getting some alone time, sitting with yourself a bit, because I feel like that disconnection from that Five of Swords and what is stressing you out, and reconnecting with nature, with source, with peace and solitude is going to be so beneficial for you. And I feel like this gratitude rampage, list 10 things that you're grateful for, is really calling you to express gratitude for the person that you've become. Like, even if you can't find very much in your external environment to be grateful for, at least be grateful for the things about yourself that you've worked on, that you've grown, that you have, the experiences that have brought you here, that have allowed you to have this internal transformation, because I think a lot of you have grown up internally. So be grateful for that. Be grateful for who you are today and the experiences that have made you who you are. And I'm sure you can find at least a couple things to be grateful for in your external environment, and that's going to keep your vibration high even as you're dealing with that Five of Swords energy. Now, perform a random act of kindness. I do feel like this is signaling with the gift and the surprise on the bow here. This is saying that a surprise gift from the universe is on its way, but I also feel like that speaks again to keep your own vibration high while you're in this holding pattern, basically this holding period, and try to extend kindness out to those who are testing your patience as best as you can, because all of that good karma is going to only increase the abundance that is already on its way to you. Okay, let's get some months of the year for pile 3. So pile 3, when is this glow up in their external environment coming? This glow up in pile 3's external environment. Okay, I like to get 3, and then we just had 3 flip over. So we have April, we have August, and we have November. So this could be this April or next April. You know, just take whatever resonates. If you want to claim all 3 of these months, feel free to. If you just are drawn to one of these months, that could be your message, and maybe some of the other cards are meant for someone else watching. Bottom of the deck here, you had July as well. Okay, and let's look at your bottom card here. So you have Our Lady who sends the angels. Oh, I love this card. You even see like the 2 little bluebirds here. So bluebirds could be a sign for you that these external changes that you've been waiting on are on their way. Even just looking at this, I think of 2 lovebirds. The roses also make me think of love and romance. The heart is like covering her whole chest here. And just the feathers here make me think of freedom. So if you've been hoping for love and freedom from your current circumstances, again, confirmation for those of you who are wanting your future spouse or your soulmate, for those of you who are wanting to be free of your current circumstances, this is confirmation for you. I also feel like Our Lady who sends the angels, you have divine protection here. You have support and help from the universe. The universe is sending you protection. The universe is helping bring this union of your soul family into fruition. They're helping with your manifestation. They are helping you. They are co-creating with you. They are sending love and support and divine protection. So know that this isn't all on your shoulders. You have help. You have help. Okay, pile 3, this was your reading. I hope this resonated. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you always know when I upload. And let me know that you chose pile 3. I'm excited for you all. Yeah, you have like a lot of really good things on the horizon. Keep your chin up as best as you can. And take care. I will see you guys in my next one.